Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi ramp on the draw for game one. And I want to go Windswept Heath Fetch, Commercial District or Forest, Utopia Sprawl. I think I drop a Myco here and we'll pass. I'd love to see a Soul Land off top. Or I guess specifically, I would love to see a Temple off top. Fetch down to 19. Sacred Foundry Shock for Rag. It's always turn one Ragavan. Somewhere. Draw. Lab. Not what I wanted to see. In that case, we'll go Windswept Heath Fetch. The Commercial District really isn't doing as much here because it's just going to get hit by the Rag anyways. So in that case, I think we go Forest, Sprawl for red. Yeah, we'll do that. Unless, do you have a force? I'd be surprised if it's a force. Because I'm pretty sure if this is Blink, they don't play force main. Go for red. Just to feign that we have something, I suppose. So next I can play Ice Till or I can play Chrysalis. Both are decent options here. It depends on what I'm up against, I suppose. Ragavan hits. Down to 17. Finds a Shifting Wood. Would've liked that. But rather hit that, I guess. Flooded Strand. White. Prismatic. Rude. So this is Blink again. He's a Blink. I need a 7-mana value spell or a Temple. Draw. A. So in that case, I'm going to tuck the Emrakul. No shot you're thinking about consigning the trigger. Alright, green, double green, Ice Till, play around, consign, Windswept Heath, mill a card, Ugin to yard. Would have kind of liked that, but c'est la vie. Fetch, Flooded Strand, Surveil. East Blink. So if they attack enough Rag, it probably means they have a Flage in hand. And if they do that, then we can just Mega Spawn Bajuga Bog. Yeah, I'm not exactly upset by that prospect. Riddler, Warp, draw a card. Do you have an Ephem? Or a Consign? Go to combat. What? Do they play like a one of Bolt still? Bolt is in like 1 copies and 75%. I mean, if they bolt it, then we have Chrysalis or Myco Spawn, but that'd be assuming they don't have a land drop. I'll block. Because, I mean, if they do that, then they can't protect the Riddler. Or can't... Yeah, this is fine. I'm going to fetch. Commercial District. Mill and Surveil. Rumble Top. And Pass and Full. You have a land drop for turn? You do not. Oh, that's huge. Draw. If I can find a temple here, that would be pretty significant. No temple, unfortunately. I will grab Un Forest. Play the Forest. We can cast the Chrysalis or the Myco. I'm going to cast the Chrysalis. Yield all. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. So we do have Emrakul next turn. Otherwise we can kick a Myco Spawn and try and bait out a Consign. Scouting Tarn. 4 in hand. Rag. Rag resolves. Holding up blue still. Talisman. Kick the Myco Spawn. Target. Yield all. Do you have Consign? Fetch. Scouting Tarn. A island and Consign. Yep. Makes sense to me. And Pass and Full. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. They give me a body. No, they give me a search? Now that is interesting. We could go Cavernous Souls to guarantee the body, or I could go Sanctum of Ugin to go digging. I think I'm going to resolve the body, because we do have a Breaker in Yard. Eldrazi. That is very surprising. You have 2 cards left in hand, about to be 3. Rag attacks for blocking. No attacks. And hold. What say you, opponent? No attacks, end step, and draw. Wooded Foothill, fetch. Forest. Return Emrakul to hand. And I guess I should sack a spawn first. Always yield. Tis an Emrakul, yield all. I mean, the worst case scenario here is quite literally Solitude Ephem. So I need Solitude, White Spell, Ephem. Consign the trigger. Okay. No attacks. End step. And your turn. Guess in case of Ophelia. The next turn we'll start attacking in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One short of casting Breaker. And opponent scoops it up. We'll take the win. All right. Yeah, very surprised that they did not consign the search trigger from Maiko. Bring in heat. Trim on one return. Trim on Rumble. And run it back. Yeah, I think that was a misplay by opponent. I think especially because, like, you just have so many things that can kill Maiko Spawn in this deck. You give me the body every time. You do not want me either ramping or digging for utility land. But yeah, I am a little bit worried about how much blink there is right now. Last 7 days. Oh, I've been looking at the last 30 days for a minute. I want to point something out. Jeskai Blink, 5.6 in the last 30. Up to 6.7 last 14. Last 7 days has been 15.2% of the meta. Holy hell. What is happening? That's disconcerting. That's disconcerting. I'm very disconcerted. Lab here's good. Soul Land's good. Green Source good. I'll keep. Reveal Devourer and pass. Meticulous Archive Surveil. No turn 1 Rag. And trigger. So we could go Shifting Woodland. Play Shifting Woodland. Temple, then have Rumble up. But I kind of want the Temple. But they can sign the Talisman or just get rid of it in general. Feels pretty bad. I have the Temple. I think I have to. Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Opponent's Tinkin on upkeep for some reason. Not sure why. Yeah, if you look at the meta share in the last 7 days, Jeskai Blinks 15.2, Esper Blinks 5%. Between the two, that makes 20% on Blink right now. Not a fan of that. Oh, second main. Oh, go to second main. Was throwing off my opponent, like, taking forever to pass priority. Temple, pass. And we'll hold, an off chance is relevant. Shouldn't be, but you never know. East a mountain. I'm gonna have to hold up K command X2 here. Draw. Bog. Hold up K command in case of Ophelia. End step. East Ophelia. ETB. I'm gonna ramp. I'm gonna exile. Goodbye, doggo. And done. And pass. And hold. Yeah, this matchup definitely is very reliant on very narrow lines. Definitely is not one-sided one way or another, I don't think. I was saying game 2 going double temple's a bit sketch because they could Charmal here. Easy to Charmal, speaking of. One more. Yep, there's a Charmal. Bit unfortunate, but fine. And pass. And draw. Emrakul. I will play the Talisman. And then Rumble. There's Wooded Foothills. We'll grab Wooded Foothills. And then I'm going to say Wooded Foothills fetch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Forest. Sprawl. For red. And pass. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2 short of Emrakul. And 1 short of Sire or Devourer, respectively. Should hold up the ability to respond in case of a Flage. Riddler Warp, draw 1. Unless you have an Ephem. You do not have an Ephem. Attack for 4, down to 14. Okay. Prismatic Ephem. Hits the temple. I'd love to see an Ice Till. Fledgestrand fetch. Do you have another Ephem? You have a consign for the Riddler trigger. Huh. I feel like that's a little bit aggressive. Yeah. We'll draw K command. I will ramp Scry draw. X equals 2. Chrysalis Emrakul. I do want the Chrysalis, mind you, but I'm not sure I want it right now is the problem. What I want is a... I guess it's asking a lot for a basic land, I suppose. 5. And Chrysalis top. And there's no point in playing the bog because I guess there is. If they want to get rid of the bog, then be my guest, I guess. Then at least they're not attacking with the Charmaw. Yeah. So if you want to Ephem the Charmaw to get rid of the bog, that's fine. It's 4 less damage. I think that's worth it. If Bog basically red gained 4 life for 0, I think that's pretty good. I guess it would be gain 4 life, exile your opponent's graveyard for 0, is what this would read. Ephem. Rebound. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 2 short. Ephem the Riddler. But why? Draw 3. Interesting. Land for turn. That's all your basics. Should be out of basics now. Yeah, I feel like between the two of those cards, Efemming the Charma is definitely the better choice. Interesting. I guess maybe they don't have an answer to Chrysalis? Who knows? 3 to Fairy. Bounce Talisman? Yes, draws a card. Alright. Draw. Another one. I mean, we kinda have to cast this. Chrysalis, healed all. It does resolve. I will pass. I guess. There is something to be said about casting this talisman now, actually. Trigger. Yeah, I think that's actually correct too, because we're going to have to block the Riddler or Charma anyways. So might as well make sure we are up mana for it. Okay. So 2 short of Devour Sire, 3 short of Emrakul. Is it another Teferi? No, it's a Solitude. Hardcast Solitude, gain 4. Yep. Plus on Teferi. Down to 6. Teferi plus. And draw. Ooh, hello. Well, this makes things interesting. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 short of Emrakul. I mean, I think I cast Sire 7 Death. Or Devourer. Devourer can eat Riddler. I think Sire's right, though. I think if we don't play Sire, we probably just lose. Though at the same time, I guess if we play Sire and they go attack all Efem. I guess if they have an Efem, we just die to a Solitude regardless. Yeah. I guess if I Devour Riddler, Efem, then we're still at 2. So I wonder if devouring the Charma is correct. And then Riddler attacks into Fairy pluses, which means if I then play Chrysalis, I just die. Unfortunate. In that case, I wonder if playing the Chrysalis is right. Because then we could Teferi bounce Solitude. Yeah, Teferi bounce Solitude. We'll have to block 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That is fine. So yes, I will play Chrysalis. Yield all. I think I has an idea. 5. If you have another Charma, though, I'm a bit in trouble, so I'm not sure if I want to play the Temple. No. I'll hold the Temple. And that way I don't get blown out by Charma or Efem, I suppose. And hold. So now they can Teferi plus. What this? Another Solitude. If it's another Solitude, we'll have to sacrifice a spawn to gain enough life to not just die. Solitude, pitch, Solitude, targeting Chrysalis, I'd imagine. Yes, so in response, we'll let the Evoke trigger go. And then sacrifice the spawn to then trigger. This way I'll gain 3. We'll be at 1 when Riddler Charmaw hit. Fable. Okay. Only problem is now, I'm not sure that Emrakul does enough. Go to blocks. We'll block. Before damage, we'll sack. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not to mention we're now 1 short. Draw. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to matter. If I play the side, they just bounce it, so I will concede. Alright. We will bring back the Rumble, cut the Gemstone, and run it back. I mean, we're worried about that Solitude. And rightfully so. Huh. And I think playing the Chrysalis was correct. Well, I guess if we had played the Devourer or the Sire, would have gained more life. That's true. The only issue was that Teferi, since it was going to be on 3. Even if we played the Chrysalis as a blocker, it wouldn't have mattered. He still would have died. Yeah, unsure. Unsure. I think there are a lot of things. I think we played it correctly, but I think someone could argue differently. On the play for game 3, I will keep... Do I want to reveal? I don't think I do. I think I just want a Verdant Catacomb, fetch, Forest Sprawl, red, Temple into Myco. So I don't think I even want to reveal here. I mean, I guess the worst case scenario here is a Prismatic on the Sprawl on 1. Alright, no reveal. Verdant Cat, fetch. Forest Shock, or Forest Sprawl. For red, and pass. And pass. Arid Mesa. Fetch 19, please do not. Prismatic Ending. Sacred Foundry Shock for Rag. Play a Ragavan, that's fine. Prismatic Ending would not be. That would be quite unfortunate. Alright, Sacred Foundry, show me the Rag. Ah, damn. Well, that's unfortunate. So now I need a land. Rumble would be good here. K command would be okay. A. Rumble. Lab or ice still? I think we have to go lab. Yeah. Lab. And pass. We've shown Devourer, and Ugin definitely is the better card of the two if it resolves. Do you have Consigned to Memory? Draw. Hey, we got the ice still anyways. Love that. Tuck Devourer. And kick. Alright, time to see if you have Consign. Yeah, looks like it. Next question is, do you give me the body or a trigger? I'd imagine the body. So now I just need another green source for ice still, if possible. And consign. Yep, well, pass in full. So now we need to hope they don't have a charm on hand and a land. Really? You're still letting me search? That's interesting. In that case... I mean, if they charm all here, I'm going to want them to pay for 3 rather than less than that. I don't want to grab anything that generates colorless. I suppose the commercial district would be good, but let's grab a fetch. That way we can grab the commercial district, but make sure we do have... Well, the only problem with that thought, I guess, is that they'll probably hit the lab they have the charm all. Then we'll play a Myco. Yeah, I think that's still fine. Alright. Grab the Wooded Foothills. Alright, do you have the charm all? Is the question. Still have enough mana for kicked Myco, but if you hold up blue, we'll go Ice, Till, and Ramp. Yeah, this isn't the first opponent that has, for some reason, given me a trigger instead of the body. They missed their land drop. Fetch, Wooded Foothill, Surveil. Lab. Not sure lab is necessary here, but I think it actually... Well, we're going to play Ice Till. I'm actually going to put this on top. The reason being, this way we can hit our land drop and then play Ice Till. Okay, so land drop, no imprint. Cast Ice Till. Play Verdant Catacomb, just Stomping Ground tapped. Let's go Stomping Ground tapped. Mill. Here's a Solitude, like I thought, pitching Flage. So we sequenced that correctly around Solitude, which is what I wanted to do. So Ice still down, but the damage has already been done. We've already ramped. course, you find the temple and yard now. Alright, we'll pass. So if you want to Charma, you can. There's Felia. Okay. And we'll hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have Ugin. Double Charma will suck, admittedly. There's Charma. I do wonder if playing the lab was incorrect, but not much we can do about that now. We'll pass in full. Like, I guess if we hadn't played the lab, then it still could have drawn into a land, so I don't know. Charma, doing Charma things. It's the temple. We still get a Sowing Maiko off of it. Yep. Draw. Emrakul. I will cast Zimiko Spawn. Yodal. I mean, there's no point in me going for a non-basic here. We could always go for a fetch. Not sure if that's even relevant. I think just going for a force is probably correct. It's also possible, though, that we might want that last stomping ground. So maybe the Windswept Teeth is correct instead. Trust on the off chance it's relevant. Go Windswept Teeth. And pass. We'll see if they attack Felia into Maiko. It would be a trade, though. What I would have loved to have grabbed, of course, would have been a Shifting Woodland, but I don't think that was an option. Not with this Charmon Felia both on board. You have the Bolt. Like a one of Bolt. To a second Charmon? You don't have enough. No, a dashed Rag. I mean, if you attack with Felia, I'm blocking the Felia. That's not a question. Yep. Wait. Oh, right. Yeah. So I guess you're just going to go in for damage. Interesting. Rag will hit, or down to 9. Rag pilfers a Sanctum. Yeah, this gets tricksy now. Like, I guess we could have forced them to Felia Charma by going for a Soul Land, I suppose. And then blocking. Maybe. Go to end step, triggers. Fetch the Windswept Teeth. Stomping Ground tapped and pass. 3 in hand. Maiko hits board. Lethal's on board. I need a Soul Land here. Draw. I will concede. Yep. Unfortunately, we got nothing there. The Felian to Charmal kind of ruined me. I do wonder... I don't know. I mean, we could theoretically have not played this, the Ugin's Lab, but that would have been purely under the assumption that they did not draw into a land. So I think we played that correctly. It's had the Charm, Ophelia, and Solitude. So here's what it is. All right. Well, we'll be back for match number 2. All right, we're back for match number 2 on the draw for game 1. All right, we're going to play against Blink again. Opponent mulligans down to 5. That's promising. We do need to draw into some action, mind you, but we have a decent amount of ramp. So that is good. It's Zoo. Alright. So they could have a Stumber Denial. And they don't play anything on 1. Steam Vents, Shock 18 for Rag. It's a Rag. Draw. Yeast and Emrakul. We don't need to worry about land destruction right now, but no reason to fetch. We'll go Sprawl for red and pass and pass. Rag will do rag things. And Sign of Draco. Yikes. Down 18. Pilfer Sanctum, that's fine. 1 card in hand, we draw Ghost Quarter. I suppose we can play the Ghost Quarter, the Verdant Catacomb, then play Talisman. So 2, 4, 5, 6. I would love a Soul Land here so we can land the Sire 7 Death. We're at least looking 6 down to 12. Ragavan Pilfers. What does Ragavan Pilfer? It's a Bajukabog, that's fine. You have any other castables? You do not. At least none that you want to play right now. Ice Till. We can make Ice Till work. So Verdant Catacomb fetch for our forest. Ice Till. So now we can block the rag. Play the Verdant Catacomb, mill a card. It is a Miko spawn. As it stands, we have enough mana for Sire next turn. I will pass. We're also going to be able to surveil on their end step. Binding. Doorkeeper Thrall. Sure. Still not dead yet. Keywords, of course. Go to combat, swing for 5. Take 5 down to 6. Second main, paying cost 4. Winter Night Stories, draw 3, discard 2. Or at the very least, discard 1. This card's rag. I mean, worst case scenario here is a Leyline Binding. End step. Verdant Catacomb fetch. Commercial District. Mill Surveil. Temple. Surveil. Temple. Interesting. I'll put Temple in Yard. Because we can play both Temples. If they have a Binding, they might be tempted to play it now, seeing both Temples in Yard. They have no reason to be clear. They shouldn't. They should just hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if they have the Binding, they should just hold it. They have no reason to play it right now. Because they have the win on board. Draw. So we're going to play Temple Mill. Play Temple Mill. So now's the question. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16. So we can get this 16, maybe 17 at most. But we can't play both Emrakul and Sire. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. If I play either or, either one of them, we kind of run into a similar issue, which is Leyline Binding absolutely hoses me. I don't think Emrakul saves us, to be frank. We can attack in Ragavan, Sign of Draco, leaving them with the Doorkeeper Thrall, but then we theoretically could die to a Hasty Flage. I guess to be fair, we die to a Hasty Flage regardless, so maybe that's a moot point. I think the Sire Seven Death might be right. Alright, let's cast Sire Seven Death. And then 1, 2, 3. I guess I should do 2, 3. East a Sire. And then we'll pass in full. Do you have a Leyline Binding? If you do, you win. Yeah. Like I said, it really didn't matter, unfortunately. Alright, we'll concede. No reason to belabor the point. So that is a loss. Let's go to game 2. We bring in Heat. We bring in Claim. We bring in Fade, right? Cutting K-Return, the Ice Till package, Gemstone, and we're gonna cut the Ghost Quarter and Emrakul. Alright, let's run it back. Because Nature's Claim can hit Binding, can hit Guild Pact, etc. We'll be able to play for game 2. We have plenty of ramp, but nothing to go with it. We'll keep. It's a bit top deck reliant, but we can make it work. And they sometimes play Damn Sphere, Charma, so we do want to play around Charma where possible. Opponent kept an opening 7, Sprawl, red, and pass. So Chrysalis, Malevolent Rumble, fetch 19, rag on 1. And a 17 for the Ragavan. Draw, Sprawl, all the Sprawl. We'll go for red, Talisman, Sprawl, this time for green. I mean, that's 2, 5, 6, 7. So we have a Sire 7 deaths on board next turn. Not bad, all things considered, for turn 3, but we do need to top deck in some action. And we're one consign or Leyline Binding off of getting hosed out. Best top deck would probably be Cavern of Souls. Ragavan attacks down to 18 Pilfers. Shifting Woodland, that's fine. Temple Garden, Shock. I guess actually that would have been nice that... Oh, no. We wouldn't have Delirium for a while anyways. As long as a blue source up, I'm a bit concerned about Consign, but I think we just need to Windmill Slam the Sire, to be honest. Paying cost for... Kavu, still holding up a blue source. I will draw Chrysalis. Let's start with Chrysalis or Sire. I think we want to sequence Chrysalis. Yodel. See if they have anything here. Opponent's thinking. Consign? Was I right? Hey, look at that. Stomping Ground tapped and pass. We can block both the Kavu and the Rag. At the very least, I want to definitely block the Rag. Kavu trigger. Eat the Chrysalis or draw a card. Discard a card, draw a card. Guild Pact. Go to blocks. Oh, block and block. Oh, actually... No, hold one back in case of the Devourer or a K command, I think. Yeah. No, Pilfering for Rag. We'll take the 4. Bolt, rude. Fine, fine. They tapped blue for it, though, which is nice. Though they do have that Arid Mesa up. Hey, Cavernous Souls. Never mind. I don't care anymore. Do you have a Leyline Binding? Pass. I mean, you could fetch Triumph Binding, and then I'm big sad. Surveil. Okay, so no binding then is what that tells me. And pass. Paying cost for... Winter Night Stories. Draw 3, pitch 2 unless you pitch a creature. Pitching... What? Pitching a Flage. Yeah, that's pretty good. Wooded Foothills. Fetch. Down to 13 for Steam Vents. Shock. Why? Why do that right now? Blue. Blue. Oh. Winter Night Stories again? Is that Harmonize 1? It is Harmonize 1. Yeah, it's pretty good. So now you draw another 3. Pitch 2 unless you discard a creature. Pitches a Rag. Yeah, I'm not too thrilled about that. Yeah, draw 6, discard 2 seems pretty good for, what is that, 4 mana? Draw. Eesh. Go to combat, swing for 7. At least now Sire does have pseudo hexproof. So even if they play the Flage, we're still okay. And they also need another white source on top of which, for the Flage even. I guess they could Binding then Consign. They could consign the word trigger. That is an option. Okay, so that's Flage mana. If they Flage, then we can attack. Looks like it is Flage. No, maybe not. What? 1, 2, 3. Is this binding into consign? One, 2, 3. It would be 3 mana for binding, right? Flage. Oh, Flage from hand? Oh. No. Okay. Bind. No. Still. Nope. No. No. That's ward pay 7 life. You're at 7. Bone skips it up. Okay. Interesting. I'm not sure if they were just showing what they had or what happened there. Alright. Gemstone in. Rumble out. Pass. That was a bit of a weird one. Heat is nice. We do have it on turn 1 for a rag. Because we can go Imprint, Talisman, Heat. We just need to find something off the top of this Devourer. Yeah, we'll keep it. Opponent has Guild Pact. Real Devourer. We'll pass. Do you have a rag on one? If so, we're going to Heat the Monkey. No rag on one. Trigger. There's K command. I'll grab the K command. Stubborn Denial. Do we want to play around Denial? I guess is the question. It might just be as easy to play Lab, Temple, or Lab then Pass. I think I'll do that. I'm just going to Lab Pass. Lab Imprint Pass. Fetch Surveil. Worst case scenario here is a turn 2 Sign of Draco, of course. Oh, lay on the Guild Pact. You were a mistake. At the very least, writing that Sign of Draco as hexproof was a mistake. Or I guess maybe it should have just been, instead of all creatures, it should have just been all other creatures. Draw. Another K command. Doorkeeper Thrall. How much toughness does a Godforsaken thing have? Doorkeeper Thrall. 2. I will play Talisman. Do you have Stubborn Denial? Okay. And this way, if you want to flash in a Doorkeeper Thrall, we can heat it. Triome. Okay. So no Doorkeeper Thrall. Paying cost for Bolt. Or Binding. Binding. Targets. Weird. K command ramp scry draw. Why do that now? Emrakul to bottom, draw, Myco, pass, and hold. Mountain for passing. So it looks like an interactive hand. Bolt, Sack in response. And pass. Draw. Forest. We'll play the forest. Pass. Hold up the K command X3. Weird. Steam vents. Shock or tap? Tapped. I'll probably fire off the K command then, so I can then kick Mycospawn next turn. End step. K command. X equals 2. To play around the denial. Done. Paying cost. Consign. Resolves. Draw. Shifting wood. Kick the Myco. Myco kick Triome. Do you have another consign? One, two, three, four, five, six. I mean, there's some thought. Let's see. Paying cost for what? Consign. You do have another consign. Do you give me the body or give me a trigger? I imagine you give me the body. You should give me the body. Do not give me a trigger. Don't do it. We'll pass in full regardless. Wait, what? Huh? So, this might be opponent's first time casting Consign the Memory Replicated, because, if we look at the log, you'll see opponent puts a triggered ability from Consign to Memory onto the stack. Changes targets of Consign to Memory to triggered ability from Consign to Memory. Alright then. Sure. I suppose I'll grab Temple then. Yeah, that's probably the best play, so we can play the Devourer. And we'll pass. Well, that was an important lesson for opponent. What are you casting? Flage. Flage is a bit unfortunate. Helix Myco? Helix Myco. Might hold the Devourer then. Though I suppose we could just go Sanctum. There's Windswept Teeth. That actually does mean Unholy Heat's online. So we could Sanctum. Oh wait, hold on. They fetched wrong. Yeah. We go Sanctum, return Devourer. Because unless they have another consigned memory here, that means that they don't have a white source for Flage. Yeah? Yes. In which case I'm going to go for Sowing Myco. So I can kick Bajuka Bog. And pass in full. I always have to fetch assuming that your Leyline of the Guild Pact is going to get destroyed, right? Whenever I was talking to zoo pilots, good zoo pilots, that was one of the biggest things they always said. Your average player or average pilot who is playing zoo plays it wrong. And from a very fundamental level, they fetch incorrectly. A lot of them just never fetch. A lot of them will just fetch for the wrong colors at the wrong times. Basically, the biggest thing that I heard from them was you always fetch with the understanding that your Leyline Guild pack could go away at any time, so just fetch as if you didn't have it, more or less. So, a good example there why that's important. With that being said, we'll be back for match number 2. Alright, we're back for match number 3 on the draw for game 1. Supposedly against Goryo's opponent mulligans down to 6, then down to 5. I mean, what we need to do if it is Goryo is just hold up K command almost indefinitely. Especially if they are light on cards in hand. We'll pass. Let's see a Temple. Draw. K command. Surveil. Rumble. Thing is, like, Rumble gets consigned. I suppose. Pass. Flooded Strand, fetch 19, Surveil. Keeps it on top. And pass. If they force the Rumble, Thoughtseize takes... They might actually take the Rumble. Because we have redundancy of K command, though K command's also pretty good, so maybe they take the Rumble. Myco Spawn. Huh. That makes no sense. Rumble or K command was right there. Oh, Stomping Ground Shock. Rumble. Huh. Well, that's kind of interesting. We could grab the Gemstone. That does guarantee the K commands. We also could grab the Ice Still. Ice Still's kind of curious to me, because then we could play Ice Still, grab the Gemstone next turn. I also want to kind of get these K commands up ASAP, so I think I'm going to grab the Gemstone. And we'll pass. And we'll hold. We'll be able to Rumble again. Marsh Flats, 3 in hand, draw, Temple. Alright, and we Rumble. You want a hard cast force? Ugin Sanctum, Worldbreaker. We're more likely to be able to cast the Worldbreaker, but it going to Yard's not bad. Double K return's nice, though. I'll grab Ugin. Temple, hold up K, command X equals 2. Did he play Consign main? That is something to consider as well. Faithful Mending. Sure, sure. Draw 2, pitch 2. Frog, Solitude, fine, fine. Don't care about those. Fetch 18. 2 in hand. Archive, Surveil. And puts Floodstrand to Yard. Okay. We'll pass. And hold. Paying cost for another Thoughtseize. Sure. Take Ugin or a K command? Takes the Ugin. Fine, fine. You have 2 cards in hand. Paying cost for Riddler. Draw 2. That is a-okay by me. Pluto Delta, fetch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gala Shrine Shock. Are you going to Ephem? Ephem draw 2. They could have a force. Or tempted the K command X5, though this Chrysalis makes it much easier. So in that case, I will cast Chrysalis. Not all. Because now we can block Rid and hold up K command. Shields are also down, which is always good. I'll play the Misty Rain. And I guess, I'm gonna block the Riddler. Yeah, I guess I should do this now. Sack 1, trigger. Sack 2, trigger. Talisman. And pass. Now we can block the Rid. There's Ephem. I'm just gonna blink the Rid, draw a card. Makes sense. Up to 5, paying cost 4. They still don't have anything in their yard to Goryos. Mending Flashback. Draw 2, pitch 2. Pitching, nothing of consequence. Surveil. Island. End step. I guess I should. No, let's fetch now. Fetch, forest, draw. Talisman, gemstone. I suppose I will cast another talisman. And we will pass. Have to play around force. No attacks. We can bring back World Breaker next turn if we really want. Breeding Pool Shock. I think they're one away from just hard casting a Troxa at this point. Prismatic Ending Chrysalis. Kinda rude, but sure. Combat. Attack. I will attempt a Scry Draw Exile. And done. Bottom, 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 top, top, draw. Riddler down, draw, cast Rumble. There's Emrakul, there's Myko. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. My only downside of this Emrakul is that we then can't hold up K commands. I think I might go Myko. Yes, we're gonna go Myko. Though, yeah, Emrakul's interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, yeah, okay. We're gonna go Myko. I has ideas. Did I not tap for green? I did not. And Myko spawn, kick, I suppose I will hit the sewers. Actually, we're gonna hit the breeding pool. That way you can't cast a Troxa from hand, if that is your goal. I'm gonna grab Shifting Woodland here, because now we can hold up the K command X1, but also we have an Emrakul next turn. Yep, so I think this is pretty good. Their main out, of course, being Solitude. We do have a Breaker in Yard, which is relevant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But again, we can't hold up the K command. I will pass and draw. Bog. I will start with Shifting Woodland. Target Emrakul. So green, green, 1 and 2. Shifting Wood. Go to combat. Attack for 16. Do you have Solitude? You do not. Alright, solid. Let's bring in Jailer, bring in Cage, bring in Heat, and we are going to be cutting Emrakul Rumble 2K returns. And run it back. Yeah, as much as I wanted to grab the Emrakul there, I think playing around, whatchamacallit, being able to get rid of the green source for the Troxa was right. They'll grab the Shifting Woodland, because if they didn't have a consign, we're in a solid position. And we could still hold up the K command. I guess it was a little bit risky, because then if Mega Spawn did get consigned, then we wouldn't have been able to hold up the K command, so give and take there, I suppose. Yeah. I still would have had to find a way to put it into Yard, though. Like, I guess the safest play may have been just to cast the Chrysalis, but then they could have had land hard cast a Troxa. We didn't exactly want that either. No, I think we played that correctly. Well, I guess with a hard cast, we could have held up X equals 7 with the K command and just exile the Troxa, but still that's potentially like a draw, 4 for them? Yeah, there's some different trains of thought there, I suppose. Seven-mana value spell would make this better. You can make it work. I'll keep and pass. Delta pass. 7-mana value spell. Temple. No such luck. In that case, I'll play Temple and pass. Blue to Delta, fetch down to 19. Surveil. It's possible that we might need to bluff a K command here. Opponent's passing, miss their land drop, we'll draw. Chrysalis. I will cast Rumble. You have a force. There's Force, Pitch, Rid, and pass. All right, do you get your land drop? You do. Okay, so Faithful Mending's online. Draw, Sprawl, Shifting Wood for red. Do we Chrysalis, or do I just feign a K command? I'm gonna feign a K command, play Talisman. If they counter it, then they can't play the Faithful Mending. Otherwise, I can just hold up K command, quote unquote, for one. Blue to Delta, passing. Draw. Verdant Cat. I will cast Chrysalis. Yield all. If the trigger gets countered, then I will just play the lab again to feign that I have K command X1. Yep. Those resolve. Play lab, no imprint. Done. And pass. Blue to Delta, fetch 16, surveil for sewers. At least I'd imagine so. Yep. And keeps it on top. Okay. Paying cost for Froge. Froge is unfortunate. Draw. Myco. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, yeah, I think we kick Zemiko spawn. Kick and go black. You have another consign. Fledgestrand fetch. Island. Do you have another consigned memory? You do. Yield all. At least we got through 2 consigns, I suppose. Play the Verdant Catacomb because we can no longer bluff a K command then. I guess we could have played the Talisman as well. Take the hit, down to 19. They draw a card. Wait 1 second. Oh, interesting. They allowed me to kick their black source. Huh. And also white Orchid Phantom in Goryo's. Fascinating. Yep. I will grab a forest. End step. Fetch. Commercial district. Surveil. Cage. I do want a cage, but I think right now is not the time for it, unfortunately. And draw. To be fair, so is this temple. I'll play the Talisman. No reason to play the temple right now. We'll play the lab. No imprint. And again, feign that we have a K command here. Wish I had one more type in yard so I could make the Shifting Woodland to a cage as needed, or into a Chrysalis for that matter. Attack for 3, down to 15. Draw a card. Yeah, definitely was not expecting the White Orchid, but I guess I had seen Goryo's playing around with that for a bit now. And there's the Troxa. There's the Goryos. I guess I should have kept the cage. Yep. Yeah, the only problem is like just playing the cage behind on board feels pretty bad. chooses Ephem Solitude Seas. Ephem. Methinks this might very well be over. Chooses Delta Riddler Consigns Spellbomb. Delta Riddler Consigns Spellbomb. Plays the Delta. Goryo's trigger. And draw. I will concede. Alright, let's go to sideboard. We'll bring in Rumble. Got the gemstone, run it back. Or bring in the gemstone, run it back. Yeah, definitely was a little bit rough. Unfortunately, just did not find what we needed to see off top in any of that situation. We did a good job of like bluffing a K command, but they just said, screw it, we're just going to fire it off regardless. Potentially that they had another consign in hand, I suppose. After playing so many of them already. Yeah, so I'll have to pay attention to White Orchid Phantom then. On the play for game 3, Ghost Quarter, Commercial District, Devourer. I mean, it's workable. Don't keep. Reveal Devour. Yep. And what we find. We'll love the Soul Land. Yep, grab Lab. So in that case, I'm thinking we just play the Ghost Quarter this turn. Oh, no, still go Commercial District. Laptop, pass. And pass. Marsh Flats fetch for Hollowed Fountain Shock. Okay, just blatantly holding up a consign the memory? Well, I'll play Ghost Quarter Talisman. If you want to consign, you can consign it. We'll hold. And hold. Polluted Delta, fetch down to 16 for Watery Grave, shock down to 14. Tis a Froge, tis a Seize. Seize is fine. I imagine it takes the Myco spawn here. That would make the most sense. Yep. Don't want me ramping into Devour Sire. Alrighty, still holding up blue. Draw, Rumble. Cast Rumble. Do you have a force? No force. There's another Myco. There's also an Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I think I'll go Myco. And I think I'm actually going to hold this lab, as strange as it is. That way we can avoid it getting hit by a, whatchamacallit? White Orchid Phantom. We'll hold the heat. One off of Delirium, though. Funny enough, a land and yard would get me to Delirium. I mean, if they play nothing, they have Consign up, then it's a bit problematic. What say you, opponent? You clearly know I can kick a Myco spawn. So you have a Consign, you have to hold up mana. Sewers, Surveil, resolves. Delta to Yard, paying cost for Riddler. Really? That is unexpected. Bold move, Cotton. Ice Till on top of which. I mean, I think I'm just going to tuck the Sire, kick Myco, right? And then take out their white source. Oh, I'm just going to scoop it up. Interesting. Yeah, because I think here, grabbing a fetch would be correct. Either that or a temple. Temple would allow me to play the Devour, so probably the temple. And we can always then Ghost Quarter Loop for the Ice Till. But, alright. Interesting. Definitely not sure what else they had in hand, but clearly that white source was important. That being said, we'll be back for match number 4. Alright, we're back for match 4 on the play for game 1. We'll keep. So we'll reveal Tuck Devourer. Opponent mulligans down to 6. Reveal Devourer, trigger. Finds Sprawl, finds Chrysalis, finds Ugin, finds Gemstone. I kind of want the Sprawl. At the same time, yeah, you know what? We'll go Sprawl here. I think that's correct. Misty, K Command, yeah, Sprawl. All right, and Tuck Devourer and pass, and hold. It is blue. Oh, Pinnacle was Affinity. As for a second, I thought this was Prowess, but now it's Affinity. Some M Knight. Yes. 1, 2. Bauble resolves. Alright. Bauble target me. Fine, fine. And passing. Tempted a K command here. I think I will, actually. And done. Goodbye. Do my Sprawl early. Bauble. Misty Rain fetch. For... I don't think they play Blood Moon main, but we can still play around it, I guess. Go Forest. Rumble. For Temple. And pass. And pass. We can kick Myco on Spire Bluff. Hopefully that K command on the Mem Knight may have put them back enough to where they can't play a Kappa. Would be ideal. It's a Saga. Well, we're gonna kick that Saga. Pinnacle Emissary, kick the Saga. We'll take 2 down to 17. We'll draw World Break. Love to see that. And kick, yield all. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could actually go Ugin next turn. Ugin actually is kind of relevant. Gets rid of the Pinnacle Emissary and could set up to get rid of Kappa. So I think I will Ugin Lab, Imprint Break, and pass. And hold on the off chance it's relevant. Another Saga. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pinnacle Emissary triggers. Well, now I'm tempted to grab back this World Break. Actually, I might. Attack for 2. Because I really don't want that Saga here. End step. Return. Kind of rude. Draw. Emrakul. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And kick. Saga. Goodbye, Saga. Do you have... You do not. Alright, so you do not have Metallic Rebuke. 2 cards in hand. I mean, you have the Kappa mana regardless. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Fiery Islet draw cards. No Kappa in hand. Okay. So what are the last 2 cards in hand? I guess 3 now. Thoughtcast draw 2. So we can Utopia Sprawl and Forest. I don't imagine you attack unless you want to feed me a drone. Draw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 short of Ugin. Sprawl. The Sprawl resolve for red. So in that case, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yes, we have Emrakul next turn. No reason to attack then. If you play a Kappa, we'll play an Emrakul. Weapons manufacturing. Paying cost for EE on 0. Well, now I kind of want to just Emrakul you regardless, honestly. Yeah, I think I might. Spire Bluff Canal, Boots. Yeah, 1000% coin. I'm gonna Emrakul you regardless, just so I can take over the weapons manufacturing and then pop your board. Oh no, opponent! Do not tell me. Do you have the Kappa as well? Oh wait, white boots. Oh sure. I don't care about that. Really? Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why you do that though. We'll block. And I think this is going to be GG's. We'll draw, main, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We don't even need to crack then. Fetch, Forest, and Emrakul. Yield all. And our turn, comrade. Islet, Saga. Do you have... No, you do not. You played the Pinnacle Emissary from exile. So in that case, yeah, I was about to say, I would just scoop it up. I'm going to swing the Pinnacle Emissary into Emrakul. I'm going to crack the EE. The munitions are going to go to your face, and that should be GG's. Alright, solid win against Affinity for game 1. And we have a lot of cards here. So cut Ice Till, cut Returns, cut Bog, and what else? A Rumble, Affinity. K Returns. Oh, that's right, we don't bring heats in. Alright, that looks good. Let's see how Nature's Claim does. Gemstone. Actually, this looks really nice. It's a very early fade. So I'll keep... I guess I have to pitch the... I guess I'll... We can do one of two things. We can either pitch the Myco. I guess we could pitch the Lab. We also could pitch Devourer. I want to keep the Myco, though. I'll keep... I mean, we're definitely revealing Devourer. The nice thing about this is we could fade on 2. That feels a bit early. I might actually pitch the Temple. Yeah, I think that might be right. We'll pitch the Temple, and we'll pass. Trigger. Chrysalis looks good. I don't really want to go for Myco, or not for Myco, for Sprawl. We're just going to pop Fade anyway, so I think Chrysalis. We'll play the Stomping Ground, tapped, and pass. And pass. Saga. Saga's fine. Draw. Sire. Tuck the Devourer. Cast the Chrysalis. And pass. No consign. Interesting. We'll hold. Saga trigger. Fiery is the Opal. Paying cost for EE. One more 0 mana and you got Kappa. Passing. Draw. Miko spawn. Alright. Well, I will sack the spawn. And kick. I need to sack it one more. Sack one more. Oops. And kick. Kick the Saga. See if you want to make a construct. You do. No consign still. I think I actually want to go for a fetch here, just to play around a Blood Moon. Yeah, so we'll grab Wooded Foothill. That way we can play around Blood Moon. If they play Blood Moon, then we can Wooded Foothill, fetch for a forest, play Micah Spawn, grab a forest. And then have Fade. Otherwise, we'll Surveil on end step. Another Saga, sure. Well, I'm sorry to say, opponent, but you're not gonna like what's about to happen. Put a pause on end step. Fetch. Surveil. I mean, Lab on top's still nice, actually. Lab. Draw. So I could go Myco Spawn, then Fade. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8. Yep. Tuck. Cast. And yield all. Green, green, colorless. I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go temple. And fade. Pass and full. I will attack with all. And pass. I mean, I think that should be GG's. I just got sent back to the Stone Age. Spire Bluff Canal. No attacks. And do I have lethal on board? No, I'm one shy of lethal. But it also means that Fire Islet's dead, so... Return Devour to hand. Play Shifting Wood. And we'll scoop it up. Solid win against Affinity. We'll be back for match number 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the play for game 1. Sure. Would have liked a forest or forest equivalent, but I mean, a temple land and decay command's pretty good. And hold. On the off chance it's relevant. And hold. Tis an island. Passing. Basic island pass. Interesting. Draw. Sprawl. Temple. Hold K. Command X2. What you got? What the what? A Verge? In Modern? Did I somehow get queued into Standard? Weird. Draw. Can I draw into something that isn't a talisman? I'll hold the K command. What I really need right now is a forest. What the fresh shell am I playing against? What? Okay, Felia. Maybe it's like, I don't know, budget blink. Done. Goodbye, doggo. Unless you have a force? No force. Verge. Huh. Weird. Hydroelectric tapped and passing. Draw. Play the gemstone. Cast talisman. Cast talisman. And pass. And I suppose we'll hold... I mean, we can play an Ugin if they tap out. He's a Riddler. Draws a card. Do you have an Ephem? Land. Fetch 19. Or Shrine Shock. Thoughtseize. Blue-black frog. Yep. I'm playing Ugin. Yeah, if Ugin resolves, I think we just win. So this looks like Jeskai Blink or Murktide. And a Sire to follow up later. Love that. Ugin. Exile, yield all. Do you have a force? There's a force, but The frog's off board, and we have a Sire as follow-up. We'll pass. Holding up, K return. In that case, our draw is so freaking awkward. Like, the ice still just isn't great right now. We have no ramp. We could just windmill slam the Sire and hope for the best. The force tells me it's not blink, at least not... I mean, definitely not Jeskai. Let's take a look at the Esper blink pile. It's been a while since I've looked at that version. Esper blink. I mean, Felia Frog, Hydroelectric Specimen. Yeah, that all looks correct. As does Consign the Memory, so fine. We're just gonna cast Ice till pass. Though interesting, the version that I'm currently seeing, Subtlety. Do I put that on top? I don't think so. I think I put that on the bottom, honestly. You got him. Pass. Yeah, definitely Jeskai blink. Black blue frog. Overlord of the Balemerc. Picks up Felia, I'd imagine. Yes. So we have the return to deal with the Felia, Watery Grave, Shock. Draw, Lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll play the Lab, no Imprint. Yeah, I feel like they have a Consign in hand. And that's why they shock that in. Yep. And let's K return now. Show me that Consign. No Consign. Interesting. And why shock that in? Just to bluff it? Maybe. Down to 11. Plays a Plains, 2 in hand. Paying cost for Quantum Riddler, draw a card. Draw. Shifting Wood, tapped. And yield all. Do you have a Consign? I'll clear this subtlety. And pass. There's the Consign. Pass. Kind of want to fetch now so I can Shifting Wood. 4 down to 7. 3 in hand. To Fairy, bounce a Talisman. Rude. Draw. Stomp. Not what I wanted to see right now. Stomp tapped. Talisman. Sprawl. Green. Pass. Leave Sprawl in hand. The Fairy plus. Oh, Jesus. Well, that's a concession. Concede. Emperor Bones. That's not normally in this list. I guess 2.4 and 81% of the lists. Okay. But well, since I've played against this version, definitely want heat in here. And blink. There's some discussion about K return. I think the one of is fine. Let's run it back. Bog is still somewhat relevant. Can cut off some other loops. I guess we could arguably cut Bog for the second K return. Imagine they play Solitude somewhere. On the play for game 2. I will keep. Would like to see a soul land here off Devourer. And Temple. Sprawl. Do you have a force? No force. I'll say for green, on the off chance we find a Ice Till later. We have red with Cavernous Souls. Flooded Strand. Temple, hold K command. Fetch, force check. And done. Bottom, top, draw, and pass. Surveil. And hold. Shock the 17. And frog. Pass. Draw. Heat. Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. And Devour of Destiny. And pass. And pass. I do play White Orchid Phantom this side. We need to be mindful of that. Emrakul. I'm going to hold up the K command. Almost wish I did name red for that. Utopia Sprawl, so I could hold up this heat as well. Fetch blue to Delta 10. Surveil. They missed sequence. They should have played the Fele before the fetch. That way they could have feigned having something. And pass. And pass. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. We'll just kick a Myco. Probably on double black. So black, white. He's a frog. It's an Overlord. Okay. And returns White Orchid. Here comes the White Orchid. On the Temple. That's fine. Yep. Last Forest. Must have exiled one. Yep. And draw. Another one. kick. And I'm going to go with a Wooded Foothill. Combat, swing for 6. And hold. Lethal's on board. This way if they try and E-Fem the White Orchid, we can heat it. And opponent scoops it up, and we'll take the win. Alright, let's get a sideboard. And bring back in the Gemstone, trim a Rumble, run it back. Alright, on the draw for game 3, at least I imagine that will be the case. Yes. I will keep. I will pass. We'll fetch for a Forest Sprawl for red or for green. I think for red here. Draw. Ooh. Well, stand corrected. Fetch Windswept Teeth. Forest. Sprawl. For green. And pass. Surveil. And pass. He's a frog. And draw. I mean, I'm tempted to play the Ice Till and ramp. Alternatively, can play the Myco spawn. I think we'll still stick with the Ice Till. Here comes Ice Till. We'll go Windswept Teeth, Millicard, Fetch, Shock, Millicard, Sprawl for red, and pass. And pass. Next turn we could play Breaker as a blocker for the frog. White Orchid. Yep, figure that might happen, but c'est la vie. Yep. Grab a Forest, Millicard. Another Temple. Polluted Delta. We won't be blocking the frog. I guess you could fetch, float, ensure that I don't, but like hell I'm going to. Polluted Delta, fetch. Or Hollowed Fountain, shock. Why do that now? I guess, yeah, okay. And keeps up blue source. Take the 1 down to 15. Alright. And could be holding up against sign, so do need to keep in mind of that. They could also E-Fem on upkeep. I'm not sure that's going to matter much with this Ice Till on board. Chrysalis is pretty good here. So, how do we want to proceed? Temple, Millicard. Temple, Millicard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, so we can kick Myco. You have 2 blue white. We'll take out white black. Do you have a consigned memory? You do. And what do you counter? Makes sense. In that case, there is some thought to going Ghost Quarter for Ghost Quarter loops, but we're kind of behind on board. So, I guess if we do that, we can still play the Chrysalis. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna go Ghost Quarter. Mill. Emrakul. Chrysalis. Eldol. And not like we're going to be blocking with Ice Tills. We'll attack. And we'll hold. We got the Ghost Quarter loops online. We have blockers on board. And an Emrakul sitting ominously in the yard, though. I will say they do run Emperor Bones, which is a bit concerning. Warp. You could pitch 3 of Frog. Yep, and that's what we're going to do. Yep. Teferi. Ephem. Draw 2. Do you pitch more Frog? You do. Jesus. Frog getting big. And draw 2 more. Frog plus Quantum Riddler's pretty good. Float Frog. If they attack with just Frog, will block Frog. If they attack with both White Orchid and Frog, they do not. I'm going to blocks. I'll block. Okay. Warp Trigger. I need to draw into something here. Ugin, Devour, Emrakul would all be good. Draw. Rumble. We'll take a Rumble. So, how do I want to tap here? I think we're going to go Forest, Stomp, and Rumble. Do you have a Force? No Force. We whiff hard. Grab the Talisman. We have one more Forest left in deck. The problem is right now, they have lethal on board, don't they? 9, 10, 11. Pretty close. Actually, no, they do, because they can pitch the red. So yeah, I have to dig deep here. Windswept Teeth, Mill. There's Ugin, of course. What I'm looking for here is Shifting Wood. Commercial District. Mill Surveil. That's perfect. Ugin top. Oh, no, didn't matter. It's gonna get milled anyways. Shifting Wood. Okay. So now we have a blocker in the way of Emrakul. Yeah. 1, 2. I'm gonna play. Let's see. 1, 2. I guess the Talisman doesn't matter much here. We could attack, but then they'll just block. And it'll be at disadvantage. So I think just holding the Shifting Wood is correct. Yep, we're just going to hold up the Shifting Woodland. And hold. No reason to attack this turn. I was kind of on blocking duty. Rebound. You could target White Orchid Phantom while shifting Woodland, then target Emrakul. That resolves. Targets. Shifting Wood. In response, target Emrakul. Pitch Frog. Pitch Frog. Draw 2. To Fairy. Well, can't do much about that now, can I? So, Pitch Frog to Fairy Bounce. Draw 2 if Rid. That's 12 plus 3, that's 15 exactly. I mean, yeah, that will do it. And did. Yep. Unfortunate. Riddler, good card. Made even better by cards like Frog and Ephem and more. I do imagine we're going to see Riddler for quite a long time going forward. But I think, yeah, I want to say that was still my best play. We had drawn into either one of the Ugins, that would have been also amazing, but unfortunately we came up short. So, I mean, I think we played to our outs, just could not cross the finish line. With that being said, though, folks, that there will be the end of tonight's YouTube video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. Be much appreciated. For as much that I hope y'all learn from me in both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you ever reached the point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel. However, if you would like to watch these videos recorded live over on Twitch, you can find me there Sundays through Thursdays at 10 p.m. CST and Fridays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. CST for the weekend challenges. Otherwise, you can watch these videos early and ad-free over on my Patreon. With that being said, though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!